Do you remember the last time you were emotional? And in the moment, you feel like you're making the right decision, but looking back, you realize it was your emotions talking? Emotions can be very loud at times, but today we aren't going to be talking about how to suppress our emotions, because emotions are the very thing that makes us human. Instead, I want to explore how we can think more clearly and critically when tensions are high. Rather than letting our emotions dictate our choices, I want to figure out how we can acknowledge our emotions while still keeping a level head during critical moments. Today, we're also exploring exactly why we get emotional. What is the reason for our emotions to take over during heated moments? As well as take a deeper look into how emotions affect what we do, how it can help us in certain situations, and how it can ruin others. We will also explore a couple ways to keep calm and maintain a critical mind when your emotions are telling you otherwise. But real quick, welcome. My name is Win, and I'm a guy who only recently figured out what he wanted to do in life. But I was lucky enough to have a mom who supported me every step of the way. And I know that not everyone has that. That's why this channel exists, to share and grow with you guys using the things that worked for me. Now that we're done with the introductions, let's move on to the main show, shall we? First of all, I want to set things straight. Emotions aren't bad. They are signals that your body is trying to send to you to tell you about something. They are tools to tell you how you are feeling. It is something to give you more clarity to what you do in your day-to-day life. When we're happy, we feel emotion. When we're sad, we feel emotion as well. And that's completely okay. But sometimes your emotions can feel like it's overwhelming you, like it's bashing you over the head with a chair non-stop, even when logically there's nothing to feel stressed about. And this happens because our emotions are often more sensitive to changes than our mind, and that there's something our emotions feel isn't exactly right. So it starts sending us signals. Our emotions are used to prepare us for situations that we're about to get into. It is used during moments in your life that are urgent and require immediate action. And emotions help us to take action before it's too late. But because of this, sometimes the signal it gives can be wrong. And it's up to us to not follow these emotions blindly, to take our time to decide what is the right choice to make, as well as to figure out what exactly our emotions are reacting to. People often think that being emotional means you're irrational, but that doesn't have to be true. Emotions can be a very helpful tool to help you decipher important moments. But yeah, if you only use your emotions to dictate your next move, then of course you'd make bad decisions. Emotions can only give you one part of a greater picture. It draws from your past experiences with similar situations, giving you a warning of sorts when it feels like you're getting yourself into a similar situation. But it doesn't know the nuances between the old and new. It can only see the similarities to let you pick up on things that are similar. And because of that, we often get blinded, only noticing the similarities without considering the differences. The other part we have to consider before making our decision is the differences and facts of each situation. Each moment is different from the other. It can be similar. That's why our emotions can often feel crushing at times. But we still have to look at the facts to figure out whether the choices our emotions tell us to make is indeed the right one. Critical thinking can be difficult to do when emotions are high, but we have to let both sides speak before we can make a judgment. The first and oftentimes most challenging thing to do to be more critical is to acknowledge our emotions. Our emotions are here to tell you something, and we need to be receptive of that. If we aren't, it will simply keep sending us signals, eventually overpowering your critical thinking. We need to be open to our emotions, to hear what they have to say. So whenever you feel your emotions acting up, ask yourself, why am I feeling this? What is the reason for this emotion? Another thing that can help is to learn from your past actions. The times you were emotional and why it affected you. How you could have approached it better. As we reflect, we learn from our past. And hopefully it can help us to make better and more informed choices in the future. Finally, be aware of your surroundings. During emotional moments, it's important to calm yourself down and look around you. There may be important details that you're missing out because you're only listening to your emotions. Your surroundings are one of the most important things to consider, as it is the current situation you're in. What I find helpful to calm down during stressful situations is to understand that my emotions are trying to tell me something, but I need to consider every factor before making my choice. That I have to consider every detail, or else I'd be blindly following my emotions. Structure can also be helpful to relieve some of your emotions. It can help by creating rules for you to follow when your emotions feel like it's taking over. Something for you to do while you wait for your emotions to calm down. Small rules like taking a break from arguments if I'm angry, or wait for 24 hours before making a big decision. These rules can help to give your critical thinking time to go through everything and give you their opinion before making your decision. Another thing that can help is a checklist. A list to see if you've done your daily needs, whether you've slept enough, or if you've eaten, or whether you've done your exercise. Checklists can help to calm your emotions down by giving you a lot of menial tasks for you to dump your energy into. Doing things you enjoy is also a very important thing for you to do, as your hobbies will help to relieve some of your anxiety and stress. It'll help you to feel some joy during some stressful times. Recharge your batteries after a long emotional day. By the end of it, hopefully you'd come with a refreshed mind. A mind that can take in its surroundings and make educated decisions. Emotions aren't bad. They are tools to help us sense things that our minds may not have picked up on. It can help you to sense familiar patterns, and also help you to be more sensitive to others' emotional cues. But only relying on your own emotions to make a decision is not a good choice, as emotions only give you one half of the story. You still need to have critical thinking to understand your situation and surroundings. I hope that you've learned a valuable lesson today, and I hope that you can go on with your day viewing emotion in a different light. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. But real quick, welcome. My name is Win Liu. In your day-to-day life. In your day-to-day life. In your day-to-day life. It's something to tell you what you do in what you do. Wait. People often think that being irrational means you're emotional. The times that you are emotional and why these things affected you. Affected? Checklists can help. Checklists can help you. Checklists? Hi! It'll help you to feel some stress. Wait. No. It'll help you to feel some stress during joyful. It'll help you to feel some stress during joyful times.